decided at a young age that they wanted to save the world. There's a theme here, friends. And they came to the same conclusion that architecture is the way to do it. They both currently work as sustainability coordinators at neighboring architecture firms, Helena at Overland Partners and Corey at Lake Plato Architects, and serve on the AIA Committee on the Environment as chair and treasurer, respectively. It's fancy, titles. They first met at the COTE, or the AIA Committee on the Environment meeting, and bonded over their shared love of daylight simulation and their shared hatred of perforated metal. Might be my back porch. Whatever, it's fine. Corey and Helena live in Dignity Hill, where they spend their time cycling, composting, and subsisting on vegetables from their garden and eggs from their chicken. I am also pro-choice. Ladies and gentlemen, Corey Squire and Helena Zambrano.
Hello. Ready? Alright, here's some background. I grew up in New York. I studied environmental science at Overland College in Ohio before moving to post-Katrina New Orleans, where I spent some time rebuilding homes and eventually studied architecture at Tulane University. After that, I made my way to San Antonio. And,
I'm originally from Monterrey. That's where I studied architecture. Then I lived in France for a while before moving to Philadelphia, where I studied a master's in environmental building design in the University of Pennsylvania, where I was also a researcher there right before coming to San Antonio.
So currently we both work as sustainability coordinators at rival or neighboring architecture firms. I'm the sustainability coordinator at Lake Plato, and Helena is the sustainability coordinator at Overland. For those of you who don't know quite what a sustainability coordinator does, we're still trying to figure that out ourselves.
This job, sustainability coordinator in an architecture firm, is actually pretty uncommon. In the entire city of San Antonio, 1.3 million people, we're only 2. And in fact, in the entire country, there's only between 40 and 171 sustainability coordinators.
That was our best guess. So now for the story about how this ridiculous situation came to be and what it's like to date somebody with the same overly specific job description and esoteric interests.
After arriving to San Antonio, almost at the same time, we met at a committee from the environment meeting where we chatted for hours about radiant heating and cooling, and the rest is history.
So that's not to say that everything that followed was smooth sailing. At one point, Helena almost left me when I accidentally threw out a compostable cup at a sustainability conference.
And Corey wouldn't talk to me for a week when he discovered that I had driven to work, after I broke my arm cycling. But for the most part, it's been great. Being obsessed with a subject that very few people understand or care about can be lonely, but not for us. A typical dinner conversation might start with a hypothetical like, how long would it take for an aluminum louver to block enough solar energy to offset its own embodied energy?
Well, that depends on the climate, the orientation, the embodied energy of the louver, the effectiveness of the louver, but more importantly than that, what's more effective? A single pane window with a thermally broken frame, or a double pane window with a non-thermally broken frame?
Well, that depends on the size of the windows.
People often ask if we spend all of our time talking about work, but sustainability is much broader than work. When we're not discussing building science hypotheticals, we spend our time bicycle commuting, we recycle a lot, and we take care of our 3 chickens.
Fail said this and Charlie. So, what does a sustainability coordinator do? A lot of different things. That's why it's a really cool job. We deal with all aspects of the performance of buildings. But here is an example of a day in the life of a sustainability coordinator.
So, a lot of energy that buildings use is used when people commute to and from the buildings. So at our firms, we encourage alternative transportation by making waffles on the street in front of the office in the morning. Those people who drive to work are forced to take the walk of shame right past the waffle stands.
The workday might start off by convincing a client that they don't really want an old glass west-facing facade in South Texas. At least not if they want to be able to see their computer screens in the afternoon without wearing sunglasses inside.
Yeah, like these people would. So thermal bridging, one of my favorite topics. Thermal bridging is when heat bypasses the insulation of a building and travels directly through an envelope, through a conductive material like metal. We use a lot of simulations, thermodynamic software to kind of check details and see if they're performing well, kind of like this one.
We're also in-house consultants for project teams to answer questions about the environmental performance of buildings. In this picture, it's a kickoff project meeting where we're setting sustainability goals for a project that might include energy reductions, daylighting, and occupant health.
Alright, so lunch rolls around and we're faced with some excessive packaging. We have a lot of food delivered to our office and we both try to keep packaging to a minimum, but if you're not vigilant, someone will show up at the office and hand everyone a styrofoam cup with like 14 packets of Splenda. And like straws and other disposables.
Daylighting is my favorite because you can use daylighting as a design element to save energy and to make future occupants happy. In this picture, you can see a daylighting model on the left and the actual building under construction on the right.
Oops. They were good. Alright, so all of the simulation doesn't matter much at all if the building doesn't perform well in the real world. One thing that we both do is we'll travel to completed projects where we'll read meters or take measurements, or like in this picture, we'll install energy tracking devices. This way, we collect data which we can then use to improve our future buildings.
Sometimes if we get really, really lucky, we get to do really innovative research and prototyping. Here I'm building a prototype for a kinetic facade that opens and closes with daylighting levels. And I'm also trying to make the digital world and the physical world interact.
So, being that we're the only two architects in this city with this job, we're often the only person that can understand what the other one's working on. And because of that, collaboration is incredibly important to us. We recently hosted a lunch for the two offices where we presented ideas that we were starting to think about. It was the first time that the two firms have come together over a meal.
Talking through the design problems that we face help us broaden our perspectives. Sometimes my ideas get into Lake Claire's work, and sometimes Squire's ideas get into Oberlin's work. So basically, the firms get two brains for the price of one, and the projects and the future occupants are better off because of it.
We're going to share microphones because we can. How did you end up in San Antonio?
We both came for the sustainability coordinating job.
So literally there are like two sustainability coordinator jobs in San Antonio, and you're like, ma'am, let's move there.
Well, not exactly. I didn't come as a sustainability coordinator. I come as an architect.
She's like, you're a liar.
Designer.
You're welcome. Well done.
I came as an architectural designer, but since I started helping projects with tailing and energy simulations, then I slowly transitioned into that role.
Okay. And did you get chickens when you moved here, or did you move here with chickens?
No, we didn't move here with the chicken.
You got them when you got here. And but you were together before you got here?
No, we met here at the Committee on the Environment meeting.
So you were sustaining a non-relationship in a sustainable coordinator position. Here's a question for you. If a sustainability coordinator drives to work and the other sustainability coordinator doesn't see it, does it save energy? No.
Probably not.
Okay, good times. Ladies and gentlemen, Squire, Helena, Zambrano, the only two sustainability coordinators I've ever met. Excessive packaging. Things just popped up. as you go. It's fine.